Well, good evening, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope everybody's had a great thirsty Thursday. Tomorrow is finally freaking Friday. We're a week away from Memorial Weekend. I can't believe how quickly time has been flying this year. It's kind of insane because last year just drug on. It just seemed like we could never get to the football season. But we're already on the cusp of summer. It's crazy. Um, I have thoroughly enjoyed this off season and feel like I have a lot of hope for this season. I honestly feel like we have a lot of hope for the season. Couple of things that are kind of interesting. One, rookie minicamp is over. We have, of course, the first week in June minicamp, which will really be the first time that the team will really get out on the field as a team and start working out. And can't wait to be hearing about practice and things. Um, Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee. Got to meet him, I think, in 2012. He was actually the Colts spokesperson for Billboard campaign. That's when we actually got to go. I drove literally around the country with my wife, Martin, the photographer and stuff, and we literally barnstormed NFL market to NFL market. I think it drove over 12,000 miles. And I remember meeting Pat McAfee some 11 years ago, before he was Pat McAfee on YouTube. Pat McAfee he was funny then. He was hilarious, okay, like Joe Boo and everything else. And of course, he has, without any training, he's not a journalist or anything like that. He didn't start out in his mama's basement, but he has created the Pat McAfee Show. Pat McAfee Show. If you go to Social Blade for the statistics on what he does, he averages about 1.5 million views a day. Not a week, not a month, a day. To put that in perspective, First Take and Undisputed are somewhere around 600 to 750,000 a day. Pat McAfee is a beast. And see, this is where you have old media versus new media. Old media is slowly dying out. In the same way I have YouTube TV, although there was some issues yesterday with the Heat Celtics game last night. YouTube TV kind of went south the last 8 minutes of the game. Yeah. And probably got the riot act from the NFL because it's like, you're doing our Sunday ticket. That shit won't fly. Be that as it may, in this new world where everything is a swipe left or swipe right and instantaneous, as well as being catered to exactly what you are looking for. As in, you're watching a Dallas Cowboy YouTuber that you know and care about and interact with. You're not necessarily looking for the smorgasbord that's got everybody and everything, and that's the business model of ESPN, which is slowly, after being the worldwide leader and being there by themselves, started getting, FX1, started getting CBS Sports and NBC Sports, and everybody started having channels and started watering it down. So then they ended up having to be the louder voice. Now, the groundbreaking show that literally launched 1,000 ships, PTI. PTI, still one of the best shows that they have on ESPN. Two guys that are friends discussing sports. Well, that show changed, evolved, devolved, whatever you want to call it, into, ass. Just literally, let's say, the craziest thing to get people to watch. They're trying to take what they had as a business model and have it fit into the new media. And it's not working so well. So what do? If you can't beat them, you try and get them to join them. And so I have no idea what kind of contract that they're paying Pat McAfee. But at 2 million 1.5 million views a day. He's making a lot of money on YouTube. And last I checked, ESPN was shedding contracts left and right. I still think that's one of the reasons why they're in no hurry to bring back Michael Irvin. You know, we're trying to cut back on expensive. But Pat McAfee, I can't say that I blame him. I mean, you got the stability. Well, you got ESPN. And of course, we all inspired to kind of move up the chain and to get that credibility of being on television, although it's dying. Definitely wish him the best of luck. But a lot of his audience are feeling like he's selling out. They look at it and say, Pat McAfee, you swear you can kind of get away with things because you're not anchored to a corporation, Disney. Let's listen to Pat McAfee as he talks about it a little bit before I get out of here.
Day in our lives, obviously a massive announcement was made. A lot of people pumped. A lot of people pumped.
Yep.
A lot of people not pumped.
A lot of people not pumped.
A lot of people not pumped. I just would like to say from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate everybody's passion and appreciation for this program. I would also like a little bit of faith. Huh?
Just a little.
Huh?
Think about it.
Huh? Kind of look at everything that I've been a part of, pretty much. Like everything.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit different probably than what other people have been a part of. No offense to anybody else, but the way my conversations normally go with people, a little bit different than how they normally go. And that conversation with the powers that be at ESPN right now and at Disney all had this same exact lineup. It's, hey, we are aligned. And I think the reason why I'm so excited for it is because sports media has really been one particular thing for a very long time. And I know there's people that do different things other than debate, but the debate era certainly became a thing in sports media, and debates naturally lead to division and nitpicking and tearing people down because that is what debates do. So I think a lot of sports media was trying to mimic what Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless created whenever it was morning pizza.
Cold pizza.
Okay. Yeah, and then
in the morning. Normally it's cold in the morning.
Well, because you order it at night.
Oh, makes sense.
These places not normally open in the morning, so the morning cold pizza, and then it became First Take, and it was Stephen A. and Skip, and they were debating, and it was captivating because you're talking about two of the greatest debaters, maybe in the history of all media, not just sports.
Master
Those
debaters.
two going at it was must-see television.
Yeah.
So anything is a monkey see, monkey do business. They start trying to mimic that, and that's become sports media pretty much. And as somebody that was on a team that got a chance to see a lot of players who get ridiculed in the media and the reaction of it, I always assumed, hey, can we not be a little bit more positive? I think a lot of people thought that way. Because whenever you naturally get into debates, there's some putting people over, but normally it's this person's better than that person because I'm going to tear that person down. So it's a little bit of a negative kind of vibe whenever you're talking about sports media, and real conversations have to happen. So we always wanted to celebrate sport. And in doing so, we might say some words that adults say and the internet says, and I think in the future it's going to be much more accepted because words don't really,
They're just spells. A little different. They don't cast spells.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit, but I feel like we have always celebrated sport, celebrated greatness. We try to utilize sport as a unifier. We have people in our demos, and I've had to go through all my stats and analytics for all these conversations I've had with people. We got people from this side of the spectrum politically all the way to this side of the spectrum politically, and also
touching the wall.
Yeah. The one we all know.
The fringes of
We know
far outside.
those ones out there, because we all have the same kind of love for sport. So I feel like we've always tried to put that at the forefront of everything we do. If we wanted to be negative, it would run up numbers.
Sure.
It's an easy thing to do. And to be honest, with the talent we have on microphones on this particular stage, if we wanted to be negative people, we'd be the best in the world at it. If I was cutting heel promos on people every single day in sports, which is an easy way to run up numbers, be negative about it, and you kind of forget that the people you're talking about are humans as well, who have feelings and work their asses off and everything like that. But if we're just looking at sports as objects, and I'm cutting heel promos on people, and then you got Connor and Ty at the toxic table chiming in on top of it, we could be the most negative fucks on earth. That is a very easy thing.
Won't fly on ESPN.
But we've chosen to do it in our own fashion. We've chosen to do it in our own way. It's been by design. I've been offered contracts from every platform or network that we were just talking to in the past, and I've said nope because the circumstances weren't right. It wasn't the right time. time.
Mm-hmm.
Now it feels like the perfect time, mostly because the president of content over there, Burke Magnus, brand new. Okay?
What? Mm-hmm.
Been around ESPN a long time. This is his first couple months here in charge of content and what ESPN as a whole. Since day one, literally in the meetings that I've had to go to, this dude is like,
He gets it.
I want you
Need
in
you
our
here.
thing. And he's not saying, hey, I want you here so that we can change you into what ESPN has been. It's like, hey, we want you to be a part of our operation. Jimmy Pitaro, he and I did not know each other. Whenever ESPN was banning people from coming on our program, that is when, and this was a couple years ago, when the hashtag ESPN Stinks was trending for 10 hours, I think, because of the way everything was going with them over there. I met Jimmy for the first time there because he and I did not interact with each other since our first conversation in Jimmy Pitaro. And there's a reason he is the guy in charge of it all. And these executives at high levels normally seem to get it. Everybody else that's kind of
underneath them,
probably going to remain there for a while. There'll be a couple people that can go. Those people are the ones that go. They kind of see it and they get it. Me and Jimmy Pitaro, since day one, have been understanding. He understood that the timing wasn't right. He didn't want me to join the ESPN at that time because of everything that happened there, but he definitely wanted me on game day whenever everybody else seemingly in positions over there that could make decisions didn't. So Jimmy, Burke, myself, all aligned on what our show is, how our show is, what it will be when we go over there, has eased my mind so much because the backlash, the negativity that happened on Twitter, YouTube, my Instagram, my wife's Instagram. People commenting on my wife's Instagram, calling her husband and new baby's father is a sellout or whatever. It's like, y'all motherfuckers have no idea. What are we even talking about?
Get them out system.
And the reason why I didn't try to explain myself to everybody is because with this particular program, and I know it sounds arrogant or whatever, but I'm the host, I'm the pundit, we're the producers. What gets talked about has to go through here. Literally right here to right here. And it's like, that's never going to happen where it's going to become, so it's a cool thing with how passionate people are and how mad people got. But I think we have a real opportunity here to change sports media as a whole. Because just like Stephen A and Skip had success and everybody wanted to replicate it, if we're able to get in there and showcase that, hey, you're able to cover sports in a celebratory fashion, in a way that you're happy for people, as opposed to trying to prove why people shouldn't be in the position that they're in. I think there's a chance that could maybe ooze into other decisions that are being made. And we have a real opportunity here to change a narrative, I think, about an entire division of people, sports media. And I think it's one that I'm incredibly honored to have.
I'm going to end it right there because I love his vision. Because what he's basically saying is, nice guys don't finish last. It's kind of like how I've always tried to be here on Jobu Sports. Try and be a beacon of light, even though everybody wants to just tear you down. Everybody's looking for a fight. I hope he can change it because I get tired of the mindless just hate and shade being thrown on people over and over again. Best of luck, Pat. I hope you can do it because I would love to see a kinder, gentler ESPN. Whew. I'm tired. I'm real tired, boss. It's been a very busy week, as always. I have to say, I'm going to tease y'all. I'm going to tease y'all a little bit here. Kind of like my wife at work all day. I see her there all day. It's a tease. But shout out to my wife because she is a visionary, okay? I am hard-headed, hard to change. She is a visionary. And she has come up with the next new product from Jobu Sports. And I can say that all of you tailgate members will definitely be getting one of these. Because you know how it is when you're a Cowboy fan. Cowboys make you drink. But Mike has done the prototype in the workshop. I can't wait to get home tomorrow night to see it and put it in my hands. And I gotta tell you, it's exactly what you're gonna need for your game day festivities. And I have to give all credit to the one I love behind me. So, with that being said, today was a good day. But then again, any day I can wake up and get out of bed, I can handle anything else that happens after that. But just remember, everybody, tell the people you love them. Because you might not get the chance again. I love you, honey. I love her, and I love you guys too. Pleasant dreams. God willing, see you in the morning. Peace.